Take a posture. Open your ears. Listen with your heart, and I will tell you the story. It's the story of a man named Brother John. A firebrand brother. Look, whenever he comes on stage, he brings down the raging presence of God that even aged personalities who are even below his age during his meetings are seen soaked in tears, falling down on the ground like weak vegetables. And just a raising of his hands could actually raise the dead from their slumber. His powerful chants, angelic and heavenly sounds, set the people's heart on fire. And I wish all these were fiction, but if that be the case, then we will be far from the truth. But as the saying goes, whoso breaketh the heart, the serpent shall bite. As for Brother John, even though the broken hedge was as little as a mustard seed, it was still enough to move the serpent to bite. See, there was still the last man standing that Brother John failed to eradicate. And so when this last man standing saw this little broken edge, he grabbed it like a golden opportunity and crept in and leaped in like a serpent. And the funny aspect is that with all the fire burning inside of Brother John, he didn't see this coming. It was almost as if the heat from this fire blinded his visions. The attentions, attractions, and reverence he got from men took the place of his secret place, and the stage, standing as a horizontal barricade between him and God. But the amazing aspect of these things is that even though Brother John was miles away from God, he wasn't miles away from men, because he still stood on the stage to work miracles. In just one night, in one room, just one beautiful sister marked the very end of Brother John's grace. Shall we continue in saying that grace may abound? God forbid. That same tongue that once spoke the heavenly language and the heaven kisses the earth, those same leaves that once produces heavenly and angelic chants and sounds, those same leaves that Jesus once kissed with the kisses of his lips are just being kissed by Delilah. And those same hands that Brother John once raised, and it raised the dead from their slumber, I just touched some things unclean and so has been contaminated. But Jesus was still standing at the doorstep of Brother John with hope in his eyes, maybe with the faith that he would retrace his steps, but this was just the beginning. And now there are both on the bed, and the exchange has begun. At this point, Jesus knew, so he wept and leapt with tears in his eyes. Pause. Those same tears that Brother John once vowed to wipe from his face, and immediately after these abominable acts, Brother John watched in despair how someone so beautiful and white flew out of him. And at this point at time, Brother John is worse than a weak vegetable. Look, the last man standing can be so corny and funny that if we fail to watch as we pray and study, could actually ruin our peaceful work with God. Just like Brother John, it could be so unsafe if we let the stage name, field, and crowd get into our head that it pulls us away from our secret place. For this is no longer the era of working miracles. It is beyond that. This is the era of holiness. For we are the voice of the one crying out in the wilderness, and until we align, we cannot align. Until we drown the nation and the world at large with the river of holiness and purity, we can't stop swimming in consistent intimacy. For the Father seeketh sincere lovers who love him in spirit and in truth.